And we begin this hour in Halifax, where much of the city remains under a boil water advisory this morning. A large portion of the Halifax region was put under the boil water order after a power outage caused issues at a water treatment plant. Now, if you live in the affected area, you are being asked to boil water for at least a minute before using it for drinking, brushing your teeth, or cooking. And Brett Raskin has been breaking this down for us. He leads off our coverage this hour in Pockwalk, Nova Scotia, outside the troubled water treatment plant. Pockwalk. I think I said that wrong, Brett. What's the latest?
Yeah, so Chris, this is Pockwalk Lake, or at least as close as I can get to Pockwalk Lake. Take a look at the signs you have behind me, the no trespassing signs. There's a camera on the pole there watching me right now, because this is kind of an indication of how seriously Halifax Water takes the security of Halifax's water supply. And so that is something that is obviously taking as important to Halifax Water, the security. And so let's talk about what is happening now, because just over kind of down the road from here, that is where there is the Pockwalk Water Treatment Center. That is the water treatment center that where we saw the issue with the power over the last probably about 12 to 20 hours ago. That was where there was a power issue internally. It was originally called a power outage, but it was an internal issue that affected the chlorinator. That affected the chlorination, because there was no backup power supply that turned on, that should have turned on. And so as of right now, boil water advisory in place. And I'll keep going because I don't have a connection to you because the cell phone line dropped, but I can tell you that the boil water advisory is expected to last between 24 to 48 hours from the time that it took effect back at 6 o'clock or so yesterday. So we're looking at 6 o'clock tonight that the boil water advisory could be in place until at least, so folks will need to boil their water for at least the rest of the day, possibly tomorrow at 6 p.m. as well. So that is kind of the range that we're looking at. Halifax Water says that essentially the water, the section of water that went in and flowed through the system for 20 to 30 minutes or so is flowing through the main line, is now dissipating and heading into the various communities, essentially the untreated lake water here from Pockwalk Lake. And so the risk will be diminishing, and we'll have the all clear from the province as well as from Halifax Water, hopefully within the next 24 to 48 hours, and people can stop boiling their water. But it's affecting homes, businesses, restaurants, cafes being told to boil their water for at least 1 minute to ensure that it is safe. Chris.
All right, Brett, thank you so much for that.